All right, so basically you need to take each one of these and you would need to divide it. So 9 divided by 5 is $1.80. And then 27 divided by 15 is also $1.80. So I would say A is definitely proportional because they're both $1.80. So then you'd take B, so $8 divided by 6 is 1.33. 12 divided by 9 is 1.33. And then 60 divided by 3 is 20. And then 80 divided by 5 is 16. So because this one and this one are not the same, that is not proportional. All right, $3 times 12 or divided by 12 is 25 cents. $7.50 divided by 30 is also 25 cents. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, this is C. I see what happened. I didn't put it down below. So C does not work. B does work because it was $1.33, $1.33. I see what happened. So C should have been down here. All right, D works. And then 24 divided by 2, I know is 12. And is 84 divided by 4 12? Nope, it is 21. So your answer should be A, B, and D. A, B, and D. All right, so you guys need to work or start working on page 385. Remember, you don't have to worry about the vocabulary. Okay, we will go over this like the last 20 minutes of class. So you have about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to get as much done as you can. And then we will go over the process. Okay, guys, if you are just logging in, this is what is due today, and you should be working on your Module 11 review. If you need assistance, let me know. Jillian, let me check to see if I have your... Let me see what it says. So, Julian, I do see it, but you didn't do very well on it. So my suggestion is you stay logged in and wait for me to go over it so that you know the process or have an understanding of the process. All right, number 4. Let me reshare my screen. Number 4. Hurricane. All right, so number 4, it just says draw a figure that represents the cross section. I'm assuming you mean number 4 on paper, Hillary. Well, I think it's the same number on the computer this time. All right, so you can see that it's vertically cut, right? So all they want you to do is just redraw this figure right here. So that figure is a triangle. Picture of the cross section. So this one we did, which was a triangle. So this one is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's that, a pentagon? All right, so number 6 says Darren and Rhea each cut a prism shown to make a cross section. The cross section from Darian's cut is a triangle. The cross section from Rhea's cut is a rectangle. How did each of them cut the prism? So if I got a triangle, that means I cut it horizontally. So Darian had a horizontal cut, and Rhea had a vertical cut. All right, so number 7 says a gift box made from cardboard is shaped like a trapezoidal prism. It takes 84 square centimeters of cardboard to make the flaps needed to glue the box together. How many square centimeters of cardboard are needed to make the box and the flaps? State what strategy and tool you will use to answer the question. Explain your choice, then find the answer. All right, so we need to use surface area. So that is what we need. Okay, so we need to find B, which is the area of the base, and we need to find P, which is the perimeter of the base, first. So the area of the base is this trap. I know you guys probably don't think this is the base because it's not what it's sitting on, but it is a trapezoidal prism, so this is my base. So a pyramid, a trapezoid is B1 plus B2 divided by 2 times H. Okay? So we know that one of my bases is 12. The other one is 24. So 12 plus 24 divided by 2 times 8. So 24 and 12 is 36. Divided by 2 is 18. So 18 times 8 is 144. So B is 144. P, which is the perimeter, so we're going to add all the sides. So if this is 10, this is 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 12 plus 24. So the perimeter is 56. So now we have all the pieces for the prism. So remember, 2B plus PH. So surface area equals 2 times 144 plus P, which is 56, times the height of the prism, which is 20. So 2 times 144 I know is 288, and 56 times 20 is 1020. So we add them together, which is 1,408. And then we have to go back and add the flaps, which is another 84. So my answer is 1,492 centimeters squared. All right. So number 8 says the square prism and the equilateral triangle prism shown have bases that have the same side measure, 4 inches. About how much larger is the surface area of the square prism versus the surface area of the triangle prism? So that tells you you're going to find the surface area. All right, so this is a square, so we need to find B. So B would be 4 times 4, which is 16. And P would be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 16 again. All right, and then do the same thing here. So B, the height of the triangle is 3.5, so 4 times 3.5 divided by 2, because remember it's a triangle. So 4 times 3.5 is 14 divided by 2, so that would be 7. And then perimeter, it's an equilateral, so this is important. It's equilateral, so that means all 3 sides are the same. So that would be 4, 4, and 4. So the perimeter would be 12. Sorry, I got people sending me messages from the other room. Okay. All right, so surface area. So 2 times 16 plus 16 times 6. That's for this one. And then this one would be 2 times 7 plus 12 times 6. So this would be 32, and 16 times 6 would be 96. So this would be 128, and that would be 14 and 72. So that would be 86. So it says, how much greater is the surface area? So if I subtract them, 128 minus 86 gives me 42, which is D. All right, so number 9 says a school garden club is making the garden Okay, so a school garden is making a garden bed shown. It needs to hold 24 cubic feet of soil when full. Draw a rectangle on the grid that represents a possible length and width. All right, so it holds, so that would be volume, right? So we know volume is length, width, and height. So we know 24. We don't know LW, but we know 3/4. So I'm going to get rid of the 3/4. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that would be 24 times 4, which is 96 divided by 3. So that gives me 32 equals length times width. So that means I need two numbers that when multiplied together is going to give me 32. So I know one of those could be 8 and 4. I could do 1 and 32. I could do 2 and 16. Okay, so any of those would work. So I drew mine, I made mine an 8 by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be the whole length. Okay, and I didn't have to draw it that way. I could have flipped it and drawn it the other way. But either way, any one of these should work. All right, number 10 says, because we're running out of time, Wes is making 20 candles in the shape of a hexagonal prism with the dimensions shown. The base of each candle is a regular hexagon with the area of 10.4 inches. The wax Wes is using to make the candles costs 10 cents per cubic inch. To the nearest tenth, how much will the wax cost if we make 20 candles? So we need to figure out volume. So volume equals BH. They told me the area of the base, which is 10.4. So 10.4 equals, and the height is 4. So 10.4 times 4 is 41.6. So that is for one candle. We want 20 candles. So multiply that times 20. And we should get 832 inches cubed is what we need. It costs 10 cents. So multiply that times 10 cents. And it should cost $83.20. All right, number 11. The surface area of a cube is 150 meters. What is the volume? Keyword, cube. So remember, surface area equals 6s squared. Volume is s cubed. We know the surface area. So 150 equals 6s squared. Divide by 6. So that gives me 25, which is s squared. So that means we need a number that when I multiply it by itself, it gives me 25. So that would be 5. So the side length is 5. So I substitute it in. So remember that equals 5 times 5 times 5. So 25 times 5 should be B, which is 125. All right, and then number 12 says Amber is making a scratching post for her cat. The scratching post is composed of 2 rectangular prisms with the dimensions shown. Amber plans to cover all exposed faces except for the bottom face with carpet. How many square inches of carpet does she need? All right, so we need to look at the figure. So the bottom of this is not going to be carpeted. And of course, the bottom of this cannot have carpet. And then we're going to also cut out a little square on the rectangle. So we got a bunch of things to cut out. All right, so the area of the square, so the base area would be 9, and the perimeter would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 12. The rectangle would be a 14 by 16, which is 224. So that B would be 14 times 16, which is 224. And the perimeter would be 14 plus 14 plus 16 plus 16, which is 60. All right, so now we're going to add it together. All right, so I am only going to do, instead of 2B, I'm only going to do 1B. So 9 plus 12 times 23, and I'm going to convert that to a decimal, 0.5. Okay, so 12 times 23.5 is 282. So that should give me 291. And then the rectangle is also not going to have a bottom. So it's going to be 224 plus 60 times 1.25. Convert that to a decimal. So 60 times 1.25 is 75. So 224 plus 75 is 299. I then need to subtract from the rectangle that little piece of square. So that would be minus 9. So that would give me 290. So then I should be able to add it all together. 291 plus 290. And I should get 581 inches squared. All right? All right, so I will post the notes for you guys. Please remember that this is due tonight by midnight. So 11/4 and the review and the bell ringer. I do not take bell ringers late. So make sure it gets uploaded today, please. All right, that was the bell. You guys have a good weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.